your pants up.
Oh shit.
Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land and in Facebook Live land as well. And welcome to another episode of the Black Spinner Music Podcast. Today is the last last Wednesday of the month. So this is our last episode celebrating music of America. And today of our country America, not the band America. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about song titles with the word America or places in America. And today's panel, we have Jerry Supa from Three Shots Down Podcasts, and also from the BS Sessions with Mark and Jerry, which I'll be on there tomorrow. We're going to be doing Tom Petty tomorrow there on that channel. So please join us on YouTube. It's always a great time, the BS Sessions, and then we'll talk about music. And also, the other half of that, we've got Mark Alden Taylor, also from the Freeform Rock podcast as well. And he wears many hats in the world of podcasting and in music on online music. And also, we have Al Horta from Be Cool or Be Podcast Out.
Hey, everybody.
And if you want to see really good shots of concerts, recent concerts as well, he shoots them himself and does a great job of it.
What do you use for that, Al, to shoot those concerts?
Just my iPhone.
It's your iPhone? Oh, that's what I do too. I thought maybe you had a GoPro or something. I was going, that's
nah,
cool.
Just my iPhone. And I don't even have a newer iPhone. It's like an 8 Plus. It's already pretty old.
But you get closer seats than I do. If I go to clubs, I get pretty close.
Yeah, just put it on and let it run, man.
Yeah.
But on Be Cool or Be Podcast Out, Al also has one of the recent ones of the Joe Perry Project. How was that show, Al, in person?
What's that?
How was that show? That
Dude. It was awesome. He had Gary Sharon singing for him. He sounded great, doing like the Aerosmith and the project stuff, and he's actually going to be on his new album. He was saying. So they did like a couple new songs. I think Joe Perry Project's new album is going to be a bunch of different singers on it. So I think he was talking about like Robin Sander being on it and stuff like that. Cool. But I mean, Gary, I think, sings a couple of songs on it, and he sounded great, man.
Yeah,
he had Chris Wise on bass, who played for like the Cult, and recently, he's played for like other bands and stuff. But I remember him in the Cult. And then the keyboard player is the touring keyboard player for Aerosmith. He's got him in tow, doing like keyboards and backing vocals, which was great. So yeah, they were great. And they did a lot of cool deep cut stuff. My Fist Your Face from Done With Mirrors, man. They did that, which was like a highlight for me because it's funny. We were just talking about that song on the podcast.
Yeah, we were.
For that, what was it, the Aerosmith songs, right?
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool about seeing like people so people going solo, they'll play songs from their band that they don't play often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So they did like Chip Away the Stone. They did like Walking the Dog, which is great. Let the music do the talking.
Yeah, that's what they started off with.
They did like East Coast, West Coast, like Perry Project song, and they did like they did like Zeppelin, like they jammed some Zeppelin, like Whole Lot of Love and shit like that. And
oh wow!
It was cool, man. Train Kept It Rolling was like the last song they did. So
yeah,
but yeah, it was, and they did a couple new songs, so it sounded really good. Yeah, Gary, man, he was killing it. So,
man, Gary always kills it. Too much.
And then the next night I saw Elton John. So that was
So great. I just wanted to go back to Joe Perry because I saw the video you shot. Man, that looked like a really cool, small, old-fashioned venue. You know what I mean? Everything was tight knit.
It was called Sound Waves, which is like a little theater that's in the Hard Rock Hotel in Atlantic City, New Jersey. That same night, there was country artist Sam Hunt was playing like the arena part of like So I mean, like when my friend and I got there, it was like packed, and it was like a lot of like, country people.
Yeah, kickers.
And it was funny, man. But then you kind of you can kind of pick out the rockers between them and the country people the people who were there to see Joe Perry.
For Hunt, yeah.
I ran into Mark Weiss, who's a photographer, famous photographer.
I know that guy. I've seen a lot of his photos, man.
Yeah, I ran into him. I've run into him a shitload of shows. He's always shooting stuff, and he was there, so I was talking to him. And Joe Perry was great. Played like, I don't know, hour 40 or something, hour 45.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty good set. I saw that song list that you had, and he was all over the map for his career,
Yeah.
When he started. It's pretty cool.
So, and then the next night I saw Elton. I took my daughter and my wife. They loved it. My daughter, we all never seen him before, so it's kind of a bucket list for me. I never seen Elton John, and he was great. He played, he played like 2.5 hours about. So, and he's 75, and he's saying it's the last tour. Who knows? They all say that, but I don't think he's gonna. I kind of believe that he's probably not gonna do like long tours anymore. He'll probably do shows still.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
He'll probably
like Billy Joel.
He'll probably go back to doing a residency or whatever and do that stuff. But yeah, it was really cool, man. I mean, he was really, really, really awesome. I mean, it's like a guy that you go and see and you'll know like pretty much every song.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's cool. He had I never knew, but he had Matt Bissonette playing bass for him, who played with David Lee Roth, and it was cool, man. It was like a day before Matt Bissonette's birthday, so he wished him happy birthday and stuff like that. So it was cool, man. Yeah, great. He's had his old band with him like since pretty much the beginning.
Right,
yeah.
Whoever hasn't passed away. I mean, Dee Murray used to be the bass player, and he passed away. So I guess that's why he's got Matt Bissonette now. But
like Nigel Olsen is still on drums and
yeah, man, they were all great. I mean, he's got a couple extra supplemental musicians, but
of course,
for the most part, I mean, dude, Elton was killing it, man. He was killing it. You can't deny like his
badass, man. I love Elton John.
Yeah.
So what song did he play that kind of surprised you that he played live? I know that.
My favorite song by him is "Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding."
Yeah, best song ever.
That's like I love that song. So when he went into that was kind of like pretty much midway through the set. God, what else did he do? He did all the hits. He did Mona Lisa's and Mad Hatters.
I love that
song. That's my favorite song by Elton John.
The Bitch Is Back, Crocodile Rock, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting,
Tiny Dancer, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Tiny Dancer. I mean, he just did it all, man.
Yeah.
He opened up with Benny and the Jets. I mean, it was like when they came on, all of a sudden you hear the dun, the one note piano thing, and then just everybody goes nuts and shit.
Yeah. And it's pretty cool because that's the way the song starts, is with applause.
Yeah. And then his last song actually got me kind of misty eyed a little bit. It was, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And it's had an animated thing behind him where he's like, at the end is like he's walking down the road and kind of like waving goodbye, and then like he's actually on the stage, and his stage was kind of like it was almost like kind of a slope kind of stage, right? And then he's like sitting in the seat, and like he kind of goes up the slope, and then he goes back like, and it disappears like behind the stage, like at the end of the song. So it's kind of like waving goodbye, and then I don't know, it kind of got me a little emotional, like it's like he's actually like saying goodbye. Yeah. That's gonna be it, So, my daughter, man, she was like singing, and during the video, I had to show the video to her, and her favorite song is "I'm Still Standing." So, so she was like going nuts with that song.
Yeah, a lot of young people like that "I'm Still Standing." Is that from something else, or was that featured somewhere?
I guess it's a lot of young people are into it, man. I don't know if it was in a movie or something, or
I don't know any movie that song was.
I have no idea, man.
You know what? Now, you know what? It was in Sing.
Oh, that's probably why then. Oh,
yeah, it was in Sing.
And she likes that movie too. That's right.
Yeah. Now we need to get people into some U2 from Sing too.
But that was my weekend, man. So,
Hey, Mark,
That's a pretty good weekend.
Yeah, it really was. I was able to go see Tracy Morgan on Saturday, so that was pretty cool. I almost said Morgan Freeman, but that was cool.
That would have been cool too. But
do you watch his show, The Last OG? That was pretty good.
Yes, I love The Last OG.
Love The Last OG.
Dude, I'd go see Morgan Freeman if he just like sat down and like read poetry or something.
I can listen to him talk for an hour.
It's like Astronaut Jones. Astronaut Jones. I'm taking a rocket. Take back in my bags.
You know what? It would be cool for Morgan Freeman to just have a talk about his career.
Do like a spoken word
like movies and stuff like that.
I'd go see him. He's a great actor, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's great.
What a career he's had.
Yeah. I remember, a lot of his movies like Lean on Me and Shawshank and
Seven was one of my favorites.
Oh God,
Seven. Yeah.
Hey,
I like the way that it was shot.
What's my favorite one? It's fucking the one with Jim Carrey where he played God.
Well, Evan Almighty or Bruce?
Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty.
Yeah. Evan Almighty was with Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't that good at all.
It was funny. I like cheese, so it's
hey, I was listening to your radio show, Mark, and you were playing a lot of new songs, a lot of new releases. Why don't you talk about those that you played last night and the week before?
Well, I got these singles are coming out, and I already pre-ordered the albums. Like I got 2 new from the new album from Dead Daisies, Radiance.
You picked the
Radiance and the song Shine On. Fucking amazing. Glenn Hughes fucking still rules.
That's a great album, man.
Yeah, the new album is coming out. I already got those 2 songs, and then I played new Ugly Kid Joe, Killed the Pain, and a couple weeks ago I played another new song that's off that album. And Ozzy, I played Patient Number 9.
Yeah,
and I was reading a thing that Robert Trujillo's on a lot of that album, and so is Duff McKagan. I was going, damn, and you could hear Zach on the whole album, so it's like, damn. But I played Degradation Rules with him and Tony Iommi last night.
That's a good song.
Track. And then I played the new Megadeth. I played their song "We're Back" a couple weeks ago, and then I played Night Stalkers featuring Ice-T. Ice-T sounds fucking cool on that track.
And what I like so much about that song, if they've only released these 2 songs, it sounds like different suites or like different parts of songs, because they go from a song and then this amazing solos in between. It's a really cool song.
I don't know. Kiko reminds me a lot of Marty Friedman, man. He's like, I want to hear his band. He has a band. I can't remember the name of his band, but
man, if these 2 songs are any what's going to be coming out, dude, this is going to be a good Megadeth album.
Oh, freaking the last Megadeth album was awesome. So this is going harder and faster. And then I played the new Striper, See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
Oh.
I'm a fucking Michael Sweet nut swinger. I freaking love that. And then a couple weeks ago, I played
rules, dude.
Yeah, I played the new Colt, Give Me Mercy, and I'm like, I was like, Colt. I go, yes! I love everything by the Colt. Oh God, that band has never put out a bad album, man. Never. You guys should check out the album Born Into This. That album fucking just rules. The bass is like, it's pumping, the drum, it's very poppy, but it's very rocky too. So I love that album. Like the song Diamonds. You should check out the song Diamonds by the fucking Killer.
I'll check that out. So thank you so much, Mark, for talking about the up and coming songs and music that is headed our way this fall.
There's so much shit coming out in September. Yeah. I'm like, I pre-ordered all this. I hope my bank account doesn't get overdrawn.
I appreciate the double shot of Anthrax when I first got on. Thanks.
Hey man, you didn't like In My World?
It's okay. I don't know.
Come on. But you did like the John Bush version, right? John Bush stuff.
So
which John Bush era song you played?
Song I don't remember. It was off of
Sound of White Noise.
Sound of White Noise, yeah. I think I played. Oh, I think I forgot. Oh, Room for One More. I think.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it's a great album, man. I like the John Bush era a lot.
Oh yeah, the B-sides on that album with the Cowboy song and I'll
great.
Beat It Thing. Oh my god, so great.
Yeah.
So let's get on with the show. What we're going to be talking about are our top 10 songs that have the title, that have the word America in the title, or about places in America. So I will go Jerry, Mark, Al, and myself. So let's get started. Jerry, kick it off.
Well, let's start it out with the legend himself, man. Jimi Hendrix version of the Star Spangled Banner. I mean, I was going to ask you if that counted or not, but it's such a great version of the Star Spangled Banner, it's got to count. So,
yeah, I agree.
I mean, it's just timeless. It's just amazing. I mean, I try to hear that as, probably the most listened to Jimi Hendrix song ever, in my opinion, that I like to listen to more often than not. It's just a freaking amazing version of it. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, you just said so well.
There was a college radio station here in New Jersey that when he used to sign off at like midnight, they used to play that. It was great.
Remember when you stay up late night and all the TV channels went out and had the flag?
The flag, yeah.
Yep, the flag. That'd be.
And then the Poltergeist ghost would come through.
Those were the days, man.
It was funny. The other day we were in Arizona and it was like, and I turned back to my wife and her because they're here. And it started rolling.
Or like it would have that color striped screen.
That movie still rules, by the way. Poltergeist still rules.
Poltergeist is awesome.
That's how you used to watch your porn too, scrambled porn.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen the show called Poltergeist: The Legacy? It was on for 3 seasons on Showtime.
Yeah, I did. I remember watching it, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
I got the first season. I want the other 2 though, but it was really good.
I like the Friday the 13th ones they did. I like that.
Oh yeah, the series.
Hey, the new Chucky one's pretty good.
I haven't watched that one yet. I am so behind on shows. So
the new Chucky one's really good.
Where are they showing that Chucky one? Is it like on A&E?
I think it's on Shudder.
Shudder, yeah.
Okay, but to go back to Poltergeist, my favorite part is still when the guy is taking off his skin.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was rated. Wasn't it rated R back in the day?
PG. I think it was PG. Yeah.
Yes,
whatever. It was PG, but we were watching that as kids, and I was like, with my friends, and they were ripping off the face. I was like, oh my god! I was like, oh shit, no.
Just a little drop here and there.
It looks so cheesy now, but back then it was like scary.
Kind of like the Raiders of the Lost Ark scene when the face melted. But it was cool at the time.
Yeah. It was awesome. What's your number 10, or what are you going to start off with, Mark?
I'm going to start off with ZZ Top, Lagrange. That song rules. And it's about a city in America. So there you go, man.
Yeah. Yeah, Lagrange is probably about an hour and 15 minutes away from me, going northwest from here. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. It's a nice little town.
Nice. Do they have some cool record stores there?
No, they do not.
Wow. I would think
small town with just a small little town square, and everything else is just.
Do they say the town famous from ZZ Top? They should say.
No, but they talk a lot about the Chicken Shack, which is what the movie. The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. About.
Yeah.
A movie with Dolly Parton and I think Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, the reporter who broke that worked for Channel 13 here in Houston.
Nice.
Yeah. He wore a toupee, and my cousin, who's a hairdresser, always fixed up the toupee to make it look good for Channel 13 News, because he always had, like, it was called Slime in the Ice Machine. And we'll talk about restaurants that got F's and stuff because they had slime in the ice machine.
Dude, that's why you go to In-N-Out Burger.
Huh?
That's why you go to. You guys haven't been. Don't you have an In-N-Out Burger in Texas by you somewhere?
There's several out here in Houston.
But have you been to one yet?
Yeah.
You don't like it?
Uh-uh. I prefer Whataburger.
I knew you were going to say that piece of shit place. I tried it. It's horrible.
Sorry, dude. It rules. Horrible. In your word, it rules.
We'll get one of those in the next couple of months.
McDonald's tastes better than Whataburger, man. McDonald's tastes better than Whataburger. Oh my God. In-N-Out is so fresh and quality. I worked there for 6 years, so I'm kind of biased. But that place is great.
Well, I worked at Whataburger for 2 weeks, and everything was fresh for those 2 weeks.
I worked at Burger King for 1 month, and that place is trash. I'll never eat there.
Hey, I managed a Burger King for 15 years, dude. It
Really?
was trash.
Yeah, you and your freaking boiling fucking burgers. Fucking take your burgers off the freaking broiler and put them in a freaking boiling water, and they get all soggy. And then you put it in the microwave to freaking melt the cheese.
Yeah, we do put it in the microwave. Yeah,
yeah. You put it in the microwave to melt the freaking cheese. That's why when I go to
stop your bitching and order it off the broiler. Then we'll make.
That's what I was gonna say. You got to order it off the broiler. So but you know when you order it off the broiler, the people in there go, "Fuck these people. We're still gonna give them."
Yeah, then you know what they do to In-N-Out Burger? They drop them on the floor and they still serve them.
No, we don't.
Anyway, you probably went to the wrong Whataburger.
You know what's good? That burger with the Marky Mark. That's a good place.
Wahlburgers.
Yeah. I went to the one in Coney Island. When I went to a Wahlburger.
Yeah.
What's your number 10?
Well, since Mark was bringing up the cult before, I'm going to go off the Sonic Temple album, New York City.
I almost picked that, but I knew one of you guys are going to pick that one.
So, yeah, I love that album. It's a great song.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And I don't know. It's like again, I'm going back to that college radio station. They used to have like this thing where they compiled it was just a little kind of commercial or something. They compiled, songs like people saying New York City in songs, and I used to always laugh because the cult was like a little snippet in there. So that's like a deep cut, man. I mean, nobody really knows that song, right? Unless you're really into that album,
Well, I think it's coming up on mine. I just looked.
Yeah, I love that
song, man. Hell's Kitchen is a crazy place.
Yeah, great tune, man.
Great
I'm going to go with Cult, New York City. And mine aren't in any particular order. I'm just taking off the.
Right. Well, I put mine in order. I labored over it.
Yeah.
But I almost put New York by U2 off of All That You Can't Leave Behind.
It's a great song
too. But they didn't make the cut. But my number 10 is City of New Orleans by Arlo Guthrie. Back in, I guess, it was 2003. I was traveling with my mom and my sisters, and we were going to, we're coming back from Michigan because I got a lot of family up there. And we were driving, and we stopped in Arkansas, and I dropped my sisters and my mom off at the hotel. They wanted burgers, so I went to go look for a place to eat. It was like 11 or 11:30 or 12 at night. And I was driving around in the middle of nowhere. It was pitch dark, and I put on AM radio just to hear some what's the word I'm looking for? Like some talk radio of in the middle of Arkansas just to hear. Instead, I fell on this song, City of New Orleans. And I've loved it ever since. That was the first time I heard it. And since then, I know that it's been done by different people. Willie Nelson is one of them, but this was Arlo Guthrie's version, the one that I heard. And I thought it was a really cool track. So that's why I put it at number 10. It's Arlo Guthrie's City of New Orleans. Have y'all heard that song, or are y'all familiar with it?
I know Arlo Guthrie. No. I don't know that song.
I'll have to check it out.
It's a nice little folk song.
Wasn't his father popular too?
Yeah. His father was Woody Guthrie.
Woody Guthrie,
right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He did a song about America.
Yeah, he did at least a dozen or more.
Yeah, a dozen about America.
Yeah. He was a really good Americana kind of singer.
I just want to tell you guys I can't share things for 2 days because I said a bad word on Facebook. I said bitch.
Yeah.
I said I hope I wonder if Sebastian Bach is bitching about the new lead singer sounding better than him, and I got in jail.
See, I told you should have worked to complain.
Well, lately I've been putting B@ITCH, and I guess I fucked up on that one. I forgot.
You didn't follow the the grievance or whatever you did?
Yeah, the code of conduct. I did file the grievance, but they're still
You're gonna win that
reviewing
one.
it.
They'll overturn that one.
But you know, usually when I file a grievance, they take a second and tell me that they don't agree with me. But this time they're taking a while on this one, so I don't know.
Well, we'll see you in a couple of days, if not earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even my backup profile won't let me profile. It got me on both, and there's no restrictions on that. When I look, there's no restrictions, but I haven't.
Yeah, I'm still under the 30-day ban for when I post something that goes down lower in the feed.
I'm
or whatever.
still on that one too.
I think a lot of us are.
It's like, I want to talk to a human. Can I talk to a human?
Yeah.
No, you can't. Keep a knocking, but you can't come in.
Jerry, what's your next one?
Well, it's going to be a typical America song, of course. We just talked about him before. Neil Diamond's America. I mean, they heard a song that,
Coming to America, right?
Yeah, it's that one. I mean, every event where you're celebrating the country, that song's played.
Yeah.
It's a good song, too, man. I mean, Neil Diamond's badass. I'm sorry. Jazz Singer's a great record. Movie was kind of lame, but the soundtrack was pretty awesome.
That was a remake. The original was the first talkie.
Really?
Yeah. Of the Jazz Singer. It was the very first.
Oh, yeah. The movie, yeah.
Yeah, the movie. But
I love that song. I love Neil Diamond, so
And in fact, there's some other good tracks on that album. There's Hello Again.
I love that song. It's a beautiful tune.
I love Neil Diamond.
Love on the Rocks.
Yeah, Love on the Rocks is also on there.
Yeah, great record.
Yeah, I got a lot of Neil Diamond around here on cassette, CD, album, and different variations. Because, he was a big part of pop radio in the early 80s. You know?
Yeah.
I got
women loved him, man. Dudes wanted to be him, man. So
Did you guys ever watch that movie with the pie fucker and
Saving Silverman? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
kidnapped him at the end of it.
Steve Zahn. I love Steve Zahn, man.
Yeah.
He's unreal. Yeah. And then freaking that one guy, Emery, Jack Black goes, "I'm gay. You want to be gay with me?"
Yeah, it's the Sarge from Full Metal Jacket. Arlie Ernie, yeah.
Yeah, he was also in freaking The Frighteners, which is a great movie with Michael J.
You're down in a hell of a
Frighteners is a good movie. I forgot about that.
Frighteners rules. Which
I got my parents' tickets for Neil Diamond years ago when he played here. God, it's probably like 6-7 years ago already. It's pretty much his last tour before he retired. I mean, he played Madison Square Garden, and I got tickets for my parents, and they went. They said he was great. I never saw him though. I wish I would have seen him, but my parents, I wanted to gift them, something to go see. So
that's a good gift, man.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. I'm sad that I never got to see him because I've heard he was a good showman. Back in the day. Yeah. Mark, what's your next one?
My next one is I think this is a curveball for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I picked By the Time I Get to Phoenix by Glenn Campbell.
Oh.
I love fucking Glenn Campbell. It's one of my country guys that I don't like many country guys, maybe Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Glenn Campbell. That's about it.
The old school guys are great, man.
Yeah. I don't like Chris Christopherson. I guess I'm nervous. But
the movie Convoy rules, man.
Who?
The Convoy, you never seen that movie?
Well, yeah, I like him in movies.
Oh, okay.
I don't like his music, but I also like Eddie Rabbit. I love a rainy night. All right. That's my whatever position it's in, number 9.
Glenn Campbell. I almost put Earl Campbell.
Yeah, you were Houston team.
That dude was a beast, man.
That guy was a beast.
Yeah, he was. And that dude just ran over people.
Hey, don't worry about blocking.
You like the Texans or the Titans? What's your team?
Oh, Texans.
Okay.
Yeah, because when the Titans left, I wasn't living here yet. And when I moved here in 99, I started to follow the Texans when they started in 2002. And I started going to their training camps and stuff like that.
Why didn't they just take like the Browns did and just call it the Oilers?
I don't know. Oh, well, because they own the name.
Oh, the Titans? That's kind of fucked up,
Oh, yeah, they took everything with that. They took the legacy.
When Indy left.
And the history.
They gave them, whatever team, what was it? Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore.
Ravens, yeah.
When the Browns left and went to Baltimore, they let them keep the name in Cleveland. So
not here.
yeah, that's fucking stupid.
It was. I mean, they left under. I mean, they left in the middle of the night because
so did the Colts.
The owner at the time was pissed off because they wanted a new stadium and the city said no, but they were building a new stadium.
The Astrodome was trash.
Yeah. And they both shared it, you know?
Yeah.
They tore that down, didn't they? They blew it up, didn't they?
No, it's still up.
They have rodeos there, right?
Yeah, they've got the rodeo there. Well, no, they stopped having the rodeo there. In fact, the last year I saw Def Leppard at the Astrodome.
Oh, nice.
At the rodeo because they always have big people play at the rodeo. I saw Def Leppard there the last year, Bob Dylan the last year. It was fun. It was a good time.
Nice.
So Glenn Campbell, that was a curveball. You're right. I didn't expect that coming from you, but that's cool though.
I love Glenn Campbell. I love Southern Nights. I love everything he's done. That last album he made when he had Alzheimer's, that was an amazing album too.
Was it? Wow. All right, Al, what's your next one?
Well, I dedicate this to Mark Alden Taylor. Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar.
Alabama song.
The Doors Alabama song.
Yeah.
Off of their debut album, which is a great debut. We talked about their debut album on one of your shows.
Yeah, quite a couple of times, yeah.
Yeah. That's
a
that song.
An album.
It's kind of dude. It's kind of
I gotta get drunk to that song. Seriously.
I figured I'd dedicate one to Mark over there. You know, he's a big time whiskey drinking son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, I drank it all. It's gone.
Yeah, but that's a good track though. You're right.
Oh,
I see his liver sitting on his
Hey, my liver test is always good, so I'm
it's good. Hey, listen, man.
I don't drink. I drink on shows. I don't drink all the time. So.
Nah, I'm just yeah.
The problem is you got a show every day. It seems like
that's what my wife says.
That's my pick. Alabama song, "Whiskey Bar" by the Doors, baby.
It's a great one.
Nice. My next one is a cover. It's a Kim Wilde cover. It's called "Kids in America."
Oh, I remember that song.
I love this song. She's still hot.
Yeah. Now this came off the Clueless soundtrack, which is a fantastic soundtrack. I don't know if y'all are familiar with the Clueless soundtrack, but it kicks off with the Muffs doing Kids in America. Counting Crows are on there. Radiohead, Beastie Boys are on there. Coolio, of course. It's a really good soundtrack. I love it. It's one of my favorite soundtracks. Whenever we do soundtracks, it's definitely going to be in my top 10. But my number 9 is Kids in America, the Muffs version. It's a little bit more punkier. But also, Kim Wilde's version is very good as well. And in fact, that's Kim Wilde's brother that's doing the music in the background for her. Yeah. So that's my number 9. What do you got next, Jerry?
My number 8 is from a guy who, I don't know if you guys like him or not. A lot of people, you either love him or you hate him, but the guy's a phenomenal guitar player regardless. It's called Wyatt, Georgia by John Mayer.
Yeah.
It's got a great acoustic riff to it. I challenge every guitar player out there to try to figure that song out and play it right.
He's a great guitar player. I just don't like his voice.
People are trying to figure that song out can't play it right, including me. But I think it's got a cool song. It's got a cool groove to it. He's a great guitar player, man. Very underrated as a guitar player. I mean, you hear him jam with other musicians, man. He keeps up and surpasses some of them.
I saw him play with Dead and Company a couple of years ago. He was killing it.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of him, but I really, really love that.
Watch
song.
Him on the Dave Chappelle show, man.
That was funny as hell, man.
Yeah.
White people can dance with the right music. Yeah.
I just shut up and just play the guitar. I just don't like his voice.
No, that's what I said, man. He's an acquired taste, but the man, I love that song, and the guy can fucking jam.
He can play, yeah.
Hey,
yeah, I went to go see a Crossroads with Eric Clapton. And my wife was a big John Mayer fan at the time, and he played on Saturday. We didn't get tickets for Saturday, but we saw him on Sunday. He played on stage with, I mean, he's got to be good to be invited. It was him, Clapton, B.B. King, Jimmy Vaughn, and what's that guy's that guy from Chicago that wears the polka dot shirts?
Terry Kath?
No.
I don't know.
Terry Kath.
Huh?
Would you say Terry Kath?
I don't know. He said Chicago, so I just went.
That guy's been dead since the 70s.
I know. He's great.
Oh, you talking about old blues player?
Yes.
Oh, that's
I forget his name.
And I've seen him on the Experience Hendrix tours too, and I can't think of his name right now.
But John Mayer was on stage with those 6 trading licks and the trading solos, and he's got to be a badass to be invited to be up there with those guys.
Of course.
So yeah, John, what was the name of that song though?
Why Georgia?
Why Georgia?
It's off his debut album.
Oh, okay. Because I got a lot of his CDs. I got to pull that one out.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift wrote a song about him, so he can't be that bad.
Taylor Swift, what?
Yeah, they dated each other. So one of the songs that she writes songs about.
John Mayer dated Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man.
I don't know if that's a badge of honor or what to have a song.
I'll tell you this, man.
The name of the song is Dear John.
He's a good guitar player, but his resume is pretty impressive.
I think he actually dated that chef woman. I can't remember her name, the Italian girl with the big boobs. Sorry, women out there.
Hey, big boobs is better than Taylor Swift.
Giada something or another. Giada De Laurentiis or whatever. She's like does her own. Yeah, he dated her too, and she's like super gorgeous. So.
Didn't he date like Jennifer Love Hewitt or something?
I'm Jennifer.
I mean, dude's dating.
I love Jennifer Love Hewitt. My wife calls me Jennifer Love Big Tits.
Pete Davidson's the guy that amuses me, man. How the hell does he get all those good-looking women, man?
He always looks like he's got the flu.
He looks like a ghost. I know.
When you can play the guitar, bro, that's it, man.
I'm talking about Pete Davidson, though.
Oh, Pete Davidson?
Yeah.
Ariana Grande, freaking.
I guess when you're
funny, you make jokes, man. You make them laugh.
Who's the girl that played in the?
Never worked for me.
Kate Beckinsale.
I'm always considered to be funny. I make jokes at home. But the guy's name was Buddy Guy.
Buddy Guy, that's it.
I love Buddy Guy.
He always wore polka dot shirts, and his guitar's polka dot.
Yeah, I've seen him a couple of times.
Yeah, he's really good. He's got a different sound on his guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a different sound.
He's one of the last kind of one of them bridge guys from the real old blues players to now.
So
BB Kings and
yeah. I was fortunate enough to see BB King live, and Buddy Guy opened up for him, so it was kind of cool. And then I saw Buddy Guy in some of the Experience Hendrix tours that I saw. So I've seen him a couple of times, and he's a great player. He's one of the old school blues players.
Yeah, he really is. I saw BB King the first time I saw BB King. Bobby Blue Bland opened up for him. And that's an older he was a blues vocalist. They called him Frogman because he would before he would start, different. That was his signature thing. Frogman. Mark, what's your next one?
My next one is I already picked it. I didn't think I picked it, but I did pick it because I had to pick the Cult. New York City. Great song. And then hey, Eric RMC Jordan. New York City, bitch. All right. He ain't watching.
Well, hopefully he is, maybe.
Well, freaking Mark Daly just shared this with Eric about us talking. I hope you picked New York, and this to get under Eric's skin.
I agree with me. Chicago pizza is better than New York pizza, though. But
that's like
I
pastry.
love Chicago pizza.
It's a pastry. All right.
What's your next one, Al?
I'm going old school new wave of British heavy metal. I'm going Saxon, Dallas 1 p.m.
Ooh, nice.
Love that song. It's about JFK's assassination.
Right.
And I love Saxon, man. Shout out to a friend of mine, Stu, who really got me into Saxon like back in the day. Actually, my older brother too. He had The Power and the Glory on cassette. And he used to always work out to it. And I remember swiping his cassette and listening to it. And it was loved them, man. So, but Saxon, man, like the first couple of albums. I mean, they're solid even now. Their last few albums have been great.
I need to get those last few albums.
Yeah, great albums, man. I mean, they're consistently great, man. I mean, I saw them open for Judas Priest on a couple years ago, and they killed it. I also saw them at a club here. Speaking of BB King's, there was a club here in New York City called BB King's Blues Club, and I saw Saxon there. They blew that place apart. And Dallas 1 p.m., man, it's always a mainstay pretty much in their set. So.
Oh, for real? Is it? Because that is a good song.
Yeah, it's a great song, man. So that's my pick. If we're going by numbers, that's number 8.
Yeah, good one. My number 8 is one that I'll probably talk about tomorrow. American Girl by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Really good track. That's one of my favorite songs by them. American Girl. I love the chiming guitars, the storytelling behind it. So that's going to be my number 8 is American Girl by Tom Petty.
I almost picked that, but I knew somebody would pick it, so I tried not to pick it. I didn't think anybody would pick New York City by the Cult. Good job, Al. You got me on that one.
I'm trying to throw a couple deep ones in here, like so.
Me and you always try to do that. That's what's cool about it. We always try to throw the deep tracks in.
Dude, you can go with the obvious ones, but I mean, everybody's gonna think of Sweet Home Alabama, which I don't know, probably on somebody's list, probably. But so instead of that, I picked Alabama song by the Doors. The last song.
Yeah, another Alabama way, huh? All right, Jay, what's your next one?
Number 7, man, from the great Grand Funk era. We're an American band, man. Love that song. Staple on FM radio nowadays. Still, you hear it every day if you pay attention long enough. Good words to it.
Yeah.
You know, and a very underrated band too. I mean,
I got to see them live once too.
Yeah.
These later years with Bruce Kulick on guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
They have Mark Farner's Grand Funk playing down the street from me in a few weeks.
Oh, okay. I never seen Mark Farner's version, so I'd like to see him.
But anyway, that's a great freaking Americana song, dude. I mean, just, we're an American band. We're coming to your town. I mean, that's just freaking awesome right there.
Every once in a while, man, if you go deep on Grand Funk, man, there's a lot of great heavy tunes, man.
Yeah.
They are.
I need to check them out because Mark Farner does kick ass on guitar, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, they got a lot of, like, if you take away, like, the hits, man, they got a lot of great tunes, man. A lot of good, like, deep album tracks, man. And they were fucking pretty heavy, dude.
Yeah, they were a really good hard rock band. And between like 68 and 75, dude, they released like 9 albums.
Yeah.
And they're almost all pretty damn good. They're above average easily.
And what was it? What was their thing? They sold out Shea Stadium faster than the Beatles or something like that.
Yeah. I heard it at the Anaheim Convention Center across the street from Disneyland. They fucking packed that place too.
So. They were big. They were big back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Just that Mark Farner got screwed over by the rest of the band guys.
Oh yeah.
Big time, man. That sucks.
I got a picture with Don Brewer, the drummer, because he drummed for Bob Seger too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, and I got backstage passes for Bob Seger show one time. He played the Garden.
Yeah.
And everybody in his band was there except Bob Seger. He didn't even show up. But I got to meet Don Brewer. I mean, that was like a highlight, man. I was like, dude from the drummer of Grand Funk is like a legend, man. So he sang a lot of the hits too.
He did.
So I mean, we're an American band. That's the one he sang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like later on that they added a fourth, so it was a powerful 3-piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a powerful 3-piece. And it took me a while to get into them. My uncle and a couple of friends always talked about them and always denied it. So one day I bought an album of theirs that was cheap. I said, why not? And since then, whatever I can find with their name, I grab it. Jerry, what's your next one?
That was my next one.
That was the next one.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wrote it down. Mark, your turn.
I picked Lodi by CCR.
Oh, I was just thinking of that song too.
I never thought about CCR, man. Fuck.
Lord, we're stuck in Lodi again. I heard a story that the people in Lodi hate that fucking song.
Is it Lodi, New Jersey?
Lodi, California.
Oh, okay. Because there's a Lodi, New Jersey here, where the Misfits were originally from.
Yeah, that's Lodi, California, and it's like
I figured because CCR is a California band, right?
Yeah, Northern
California. That's Northern California.
I was like, dude, they can't be singing about Lodi, New Jersey.
Yeah, but it's like, oh Lord, stuck in Lodi again. The people in Lodi go, fuck you, CCR.
That's just what I think about CCR. I bet you a lot of people think CCR are from the South. You know what I mean?
Dude, they sound like they're from New Orleans, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, the swamp.
Born on the bayou. I mean, come on now.
The swamp down the swamp.
Bayou Country album, come on, man.
And we're just talking about Grand Funk's deep tracks. CCR's got some badass deep tracks.
Oh fuck yeah!
Their songs can go on and on long jams.
Their Live in Europe album rules too.
Yeah, it's man, they're a great band. They're one of my favorite bands, and Lodi is one of my favorite songs. I love that song. It's awesome. Ow.
I'm going Wasp, Blind in Texas, bro.
I bet he picked that. Because he requested that on the Freeform Rock show. My first show, I think he requested that.
Yes, I did, because it name checks my hometown of Corpus Christi.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
That video was pretty wild too. If you remember the video back in the day.
Yeah.
What was it? The armadillo like walking in the desert and.
Yeah, I just saw that video. I just saw that video on Excite the other day.
And ZZ Top made a cameo in it. It's funny.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, you know the part. You know when
I wasn't paying attention. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a part where like ZZ Top, the three of them, like Wasp's tour bus, like you see them going down the road, and you see them pass the three guys in ZZ Top, and you know how they do the like that.
Man.
So
for that one.
Yeah. But yeah, man, great drinking anthem.
Blind in Texas.
You know what's funny is like I wasn't big into Wasp like back in the day when I was, middle school and high school. It wasn't until after I really like as I got older, like I listened to them, I'm like, dude, they were a fucking heavy band, dude, very extreme. Like
Blackie had a great voice, dude.
Yeah.
And especially coming out of that scene, I mean, they didn't sound like anybody else coming out of that LA scene at that time.
Dude, they did a lot of extreme shit in concert, like that. I mean, they made like, seeing the old concert footage and stuff, they made like kind of Motley Crue look pretty tame. They're
throwing raw beef at you, man.
Yeah,
hamburger at you.
And it's funny because Blackie Lawless was on Eddie Trunk show. Probably like 6 months ago or whatever.
Yeah, I heard that one. It's pretty cool.
I actually called into it and I asked him a question. I asked him if he ever. The question I asked him was because I had this idea in my head, like a lot of these black metal bands with their stage shows, with the skulls drinking blood and all this bullshit. I was like, dude, Blackie kind of did it first. So I was thinking like a lot of these black metal bands probably got ideas from their stage show. And I asked him that. I asked him if any artists like of that extreme metal like ever kind of go up to him and admit that like they kind of took ideas from his stage show. And he kind of snickered a bit, and he didn't really give a straight answer, but he's like, let's just say, yeah, it's sort of, yeah, but he wouldn't name any artists or anything like that. But I kind of had that feeling, man, So,
well, Nikki Sixx came up with him, so.
Yeah, and they were they in London together? No, they weren't in London.
No, he came into the Wasp and then he kicked him out later.
Okay, all right. what else? Yeah, so when Blackie was on there, so yeah, I had asked him that, which was cool. You know, he was cool. You know, answering it, and
Because I was actually listening to that. I go, damn, is that Al on the radio?
yeah, I was like the last guy I think that got the question in, but yeah, because they're doing a tour with Armored Saint. We were talking about that too a while back, right, Mark? Yeah. Like I never seen the Armored Saint either, so I really love to see Armored Saint. I've seen Wasp, you know, but Armored Saint, I'd really love to see them.
I want to see John Bush, my second favorite metal singer of all time.
Yeah,
I haven't seen neither, so I want to go see this thing.
Dude, in your town, you're gonna get Michael Schenker also.
Michael Schenker too.
That's really cool, dude.
Those three. Yeah.
Michael Schenker.
I think Blackhead said on the same show that Nikki Sixx had came up to him and said, "Hey, can I borrow some of this stuff if you're not going to use it?"
Yeah, that's right.
Blackie said, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yeah,
and Blackie just did something else. But a lot of stuff that Motley Crue did earlier,
Blackie. Yeah. They did some, dude. I mean, they were wild, man.
Yeah,
you watch that concert shit, man. They were fucking wild, dude. You know, so that's my numero 7.
If you ever get a chance to hear Ralph Vieira's Wasp story, go ahead and see if he can. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but he's got a pretty good story about Wasp.
Yeah, something about wasn't he taking pictures and he got yelled at or some shit?
Yeah.
So I wonder what the stage show is going to be like because he didn't divulge.
They showed some footage from Europe.
Oh, did they?
Started their tour in Europe. They look pretty good. Blackie looks like he's lost some weight. So
good.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, they haven't.
I would post it to you in a group, but I can't.
They haven't toured in like over a decade, right? Like
I know.
Well, you can in a couple of days.
In a couple of days, I can show you some footage. I could give it to you in the messenger. I'm not banned from that yet. But,
my next one is by the Charlie Daniels Band. It's off of the soundtrack, the Urban Cowboy soundtrack. Oh shit, that's what's going on here. Oh, sorry about that. The Urban Cowboy soundtrack, the Georgia, the Devil Went Down to Georgia.
It's a classic.
Yeah, love that with a fiddle with Johnny going up against the devil.
We just watched that movie the other day in Arizona with my wife's cousin. My wife never seen it, and we said, "Oh, you got to watch this movie."
I got to see him live too, man.
Nice.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he played right here in my town, man, like a little theater in my town. It was like one of those last minute things where like a friend of mine was like, he already had a ticket to go see him. And then I just told my wife, listen, I'm just going to walk down to the theater, go buy a ticket, go check him out. She's like, yeah, go ahead, man. So it was like an hour before the show. I just walked down there, bought a ticket.
Well, yeah.
I'm glad I did, man. You know, I mean, he's not around anymore now. So, but he was cool, man.
Yeah, he just passed away a few years ago, didn't he?
Yeah. So.
No, did he jam on that fiddle or what?
Oh, he jammed, bro.
Oh, yeah.
He jammed.
See, that's the only song I ever knew by him. I never really knew anything else by him except for that.
Oh, no, I've heard several stuff by him. I've got like the 20 greatest hits on CD.
Oh, okay.
That dude play. I mean, that's like the main instrument in all of his jams. Yeah, and in fact, speaking of jams, he was known as the Southern Band Jammer, like in the early 70s. Yeah. He was part of the Allman Brothers and Marshall Tucker Band kind of movement. Pretty cool.
I played that song last night. See, and all the people in the chat room are going, man, my exes suck, blah blah. They're all going off because this song reminds me of my ex, blah blah blah.
And for the longest time, I always thought that was the Allman Brothers doing that song.
Yeah.
Until I started to collect them Marshall Tucker Band albums. I was like, what the hell, for real? And yeah, sure enough, they did another song that I really, really like called the Cowboy Song. It's pretty cool. All right, Jerry.
Where are we at?
Number 6.
Yeah.
Well, number 6 doesn't mention the city name in it, but you know what city it's about when you hear it. It's Lights by Journey.
Oh.
I mean, everybody knows that song's about San Francisco. I mean, there's no surprise to it. It's beautifully written song, great guitar work. You know, Neil Sean I think Neil Sean. I think one of the original shredders, in my opinion. Dude, the guy can play so quick and so clearly. It's unreal. I mean, that song is relatively slow, but Steve Perry's voice on it is amazing. That period in Journey was just amazing.
Yeah, really was.
The band was just on fire in that era, and was that still Ainsley Dunbar on drums, or was that?
Yes,
I believe so. Yes.
Ainsley Dunbar, yeah.
Just, I mean,
that was
on fire.
That was on Infinity, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first album with Joe Perry.
Right?
With
Yeah.
Steve Perry.
I'm sorry.
But, yeah, I mean,
Steve Perry and Joe Perry should do an album together.
Hey, you see,
The Perry Project.
The Perry Project.
The Perry Project.
but anyway, I mean, when you hear it, it's about San Francisco. So
yeah.
Yeah, the new album Freedom, the song Rain.
I love it, man. It's really good.
He's jamming on it. The whole album. Yes, there's some freaking the typical ballads, but the rockers. He even said he wanted something faster, that they haven't done faster tracks in a long time. So he went on that album and made sure they did some faster tracks for the shows.
It's pretty cool that it kind of resorts back to an 80s kind of feel on that album, and still sounding now, but still incorporating their past.
Arnell is putting a stamp on there, getting away from the Steve Perry clone too. I like it.
Yeah, it's a really good album. I need to hear it more, of course.
It's really good.
What's your next one, Mark?
I'm going for another curveball, another Glenn Campbell song, Wichita Lineman, because he's still on the line. The Wichita Lineman.
I'm going to check out these songs from Glenn Campbell. I haven't heard him in a long time.
Glenn Campbell rules, man. You should get his 20 greatest hits. Fucking rules. I love it.
You also did the he's the one that also did a Rhinestone Cowboy, isn't it?
Yeah, Rhinestone Cowboy, yeah.
It's a good song.
I can love freaking Southern Nights. I can love that dude.
I think the greatest hits will suit me well for
yes,
Glenn.
it will.
Wasn't that song on Urban Cowboy? Rhinestone Cowboy? No.
But there was a movie called Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah.
With Sylvester Stallone playing the cowboy.
That's right. No, Rhinestone. You mean with Dolly Parton and him?
Oh,
where she tried to teach him how to sing country music.
Yeah,
and then at the end she said she didn't get him to sing it. Come on, it was horrible. It's a cheesy movie. I like it. I love me some cheese.
What's your next one?
I'm going King's X, Mississippi Moon.
Nice.
Off of their underrated Ear Candy album, which was, I believe, their 6th album. And I love that album, man. That album doesn't get name checked much compared to their first 5 albums, but that was their last album on Atlantic Records before they went to Metal Blade Records, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think that's Ty singing the song, Ty Tabor doing the vocals on that one. And actually, King's X is playing in New York tomorrow. I don't have tickets for it, though. I would like to go see them because I love them.
You'll get it. You'll take pictures with them. Eh?
Yeah, they're always cool. They're
like we're there, yeah.
They're always accessible after the show. Like they always go, and if you guys want to meet us,
Yeah, that's cool. I love
that.
I
want to see KXM live. If they ever play.
They've never done a show yet, I don't think.
I know they made 3 great albums.
I know.
A show.
I know George Lynch, and that'd be great, man.
Fucking porn.
But yeah, they're doing a show in New York City, and I'm toying with the idea of maybe going. I know a friend of mine's going with his son, so I don't know, maybe.
Have you seen him before?
I've seen King's X tons of times, man.
Okay.
Yeah, going back to the '90s, I've seen them.
Okay.
And always great band live. They always deliver, And new album is supposed to come out in the fall. September, October.
Dude, really? Wow. And there's a lot of new.
They haven't put out an album in 12 years or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's always been side projects. Doug's done. They've all done solo albums and fucking
projects.
Like Mark said, KXM. That's 3 albums they did.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or the fourth
they're
one's
busy,
coming.
man, but they just never like seem to get together as King's X, and they were always touring. They would do sporadic. I think they were like one of them. They got to a point where they were like kind of weekend warriors. They do like weekend shows, fly in somewhere, and
play, get out,
every shows and get out.
Yeah,
but they're actually rehearsing because I'm friends with Doug on Facebook, and he posted pictures of them rehearsing down here in Red Bank, New Jersey. So, which I think Jerry lives anyway, because Jerry's a Jersey guy. Jerry Gaskell, the drummer. So,
are they all the original guys, Al?
Yeah, it's just the three of them.
Oh yeah.
I have a very rare album of theirs. Before they became King's X, they were called Sneak Preview, and I found an album. The album that they made an album and put it out independently, but then the band kind of withdrew it, and the band themselves, I think they destroyed like most of the copies of it, but copies got out.
Yeah.
So it's like it goes for like $300-400, but I found it much cheaper than that.
Oh, that's awesome, man! Especially
I don't even want to say it on air how I got it, but somebody connected with the band that used to be connected. I found somebody that used to be connected to the band, and I got it from them. So, but yeah, I mean, I see it go on eBay for like $300-400. That album.
Oh, that's super cool, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. When I meet them again one day, I want them to sign it. I want to see their reaction.
Okay, well, maybe tomorrow, Al.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. Who knows? If you see their video on my YouTube channel, I want to go see them.
Nice.
But yeah, Mississippi Moon, man, great tune.
Awesome.
I love King's X, so that's my 6.
Speaking of the YouTube channel, I put up Ann Wilson. I saw her live, and she did Bridge of Sighs.
Ooh.
That freaking video gets so many comments of hate and love, hate and love, hate and love. How could she do that? Well, I like to see her do it with Robin. Well, this sucks. She shouldn't have tried to do this. These guys suck. They're not good. Robin Trower, blah, 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 blah. I got like 20 more today, and I'm like, God, is this thing ever going to end? People arguing over this fucking video.
Dude, Ann Wilson can sing the phone book, and it would be awesome.
I know they're not complaining about her. They're complaining about her guitar players. Trying to do Robin Trower.
But there's always people. I just don't know how people can.
I know.
About music so
I
much.
don't know.
I mean, if they want to say like one thing about it, but they can go on and on and on. It's just, dude.
Oh, they're going off on her guitar players can't do Robin. Why'd she try it? Why? She sounds great. She should do it with Robin, not with these two idiots. And then some people go, I like that. That's my uncle. And somebody's defending.
Since Al and Mark are going different routes, it looks like I'm going with I'm Captain Obvious here with my song choices.
Me too.
Beach Boys with Surfing USA.
Nice, man.
I
actually have that song written down on my paper here.
And I was hearing it the other day, and man, they really played some really good guitar on this track, and the drums are pretty tight on here too by Dennis. I became a Beach Boy fan probably about a little over 10 years ago. Do you know how sometimes when you're looking for music and you can't find anything, you're like, well, I might as well start collecting somebody new. Well, that's what happened to me with the Beach Boys, and I really, really feel hard for them. So that's my number 6 is Beach Boys, Surfing USA.
I just recently saw Brian Wilson.
Yeah,
it's kind of sad though because they just kind of prop him up at this point.
Yeah, he taught us that. Yeah, that was pretty sad.
And
I saw him a couple weeks before you did. It was kind of hard to see who was really singing. Was it really him or just a lot of backing vocals for him?
Yeah. Al Jardine's playing with him, which is cool. I got to meet him, which he was a nice guy. But yeah, I mean, I saw Beach Boys a couple of years ago too. Like Mike loves Beach Boys.
Yeah,
I missed their 50th anniversary tour though, where they all like got together.
I saw that one. That was awesome.
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I missed that one. And they played right here in New Jersey too, and I didn't get to go to that one, but. Yeah, I remember that being pretty big news, man. Pretty big tour.
And because they also had an album coming out at that time. The album was not good at all, but but the show was really good. But it was kind
Isn't
of
it like that's why God made the radio or something like
Yeah.
that. Was not the album.
it was that one. And I don't know at the end of your show when you saw Brian Wilson, but he was walking off with a walker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard.
I know, man. It's like
But the dude's 80. I mean, he just turned 80.
Yeah.
You know, and he's still touring. Hopefully, when I'm 80, I'm not working at all.
Yeah.
You know?
I think but you know, I mean, there's not to dwell on it too much, but there's always like, listen, when my dad retired from work, my dad worked all his life. So when he retired, he didn't stop working though. Like he had a friend that was in a construction business.
Yeah.
So he went and worked like 2 or 3 days a week for him, running a backhoe. You know, because when I talked to my dad, I'm like, yeah, well, you're retired. You know, why don't you take it easy, enjoy life? He's like, what am I gonna fucking do? Sit home? I'll die just sitting home. I gotta listen to your mother and all this stuff. You know what I mean? So, and he's kind of right. Like you just can't when you retire, you just can't really just stop cold turkey. You know, now my dad's 80, so he doesn't do that anymore. He's just enjoying life now. They just went to Portugal, so they're gonna be there a couple months, and so it's. I mean, you know, enjoy life while you can. You know,
Yeah.
He still has his health, which is great. My mom, you know, she just got knee replacement surgery, so she's walking better now. Thank God. You know, but she still has her health issues, but they're still both going strong. They're both 80. So I just tell them, man, listen, don't worry about leaving me or my brother money. Just go and fucking spend your money. Go enjoy your life, man.
Right, exactly.
So
Yeah. My mom retired a couple years ago when she turned 65 from teaching, and she was retired for a year, and she went back to tutoring, doing something because she couldn't stay at home. She said TV sucks.
Yeah.
And you know, I've got nothing else to do. I want to go back.
That's how some people die, man. They just they stop doing everything and they just sit home and you just kind of
get lonely, man. Yeah.
You know? So maybe Brian Wilson doesn't want to sit home. I mean, everybody's like, oh, you know, he should just go and relax. And maybe he doesn't. Maybe he wants to get out and just be out and shit. I don't know, man. That's just kind of my take on it. You know.
Yeah.
I think if he just sat home and did nothing, he'd probably be dead by now. You know. So,
well, good for him that he's still out there doing it.
Yeah.
You know, Brian Wilson will always be one of the great American composers of rock. Definitely. What's your next one, Jerry?
Well, this one actually, I would almost guarantee would have been on Mark's list, but I'm not too sure now because we're getting close to the top here. But it's a great band. I was fortunate enough to see them live with Chicago one time. The Heart of Rock and Roll by Huey Lewis and the News.
Oh, he name checks a lot of places in that.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that he mentions a few cities in that song, but
yeah,
I love Huey Lewis, man. I was just great, just straightforward rock and roll, no bullshit.
Oh, Huey Lewis is great, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's a real fun band. Like
I said, I was fortunate enough to see him with Chicago a few years back. That was a great show.
Yeah,
nice.
Got to see him too.
Yeah,
when they were doing an anniversary tour for like the sports album, they did the whole album.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I think it was at the time I think it was like the 30th anniversary of it or something. So
yeah.
Well, there in the mid '80s, you couldn't get away from him. He was on TV. He was on the awards. He was on the radio.
Them or Phil Collins.
He got involved in Back to the Future, man. That was the 80s.
And there was nothing wrong with it because it was good stuff, you know.
Screw Michael Jackson, Phil Collins, and Huey Lewis and the News were doing more shit than he was. I'm just saying.
Those two were my '80s.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, those were my '80s. You know, it's pop rock. It's good stuff. Mark, your turn.
I went from a movie song. It's from Team America. It's called America. Fuck yeah.
America. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love that song.
Come to save the motherfucking day.
Oh man, that song is great.
I had to pick it, man. I had to put a.
I don't have that movie, and I'm surprised because I love movies.
America needs to get behind that song again, man, because we're so divided right now. That song needs to become a hit again.
Shit on the other puppet. Maybe not. We just watched Basketball and Orgasmo during.
I love Basketball, man. I love that movie.
I went to the movies for that.
You should watch Orgasmo too, dude. It's like
they didn't check Geddy Lee in that.
Yeah. Geddy Lee's the best in Orgasmo. He goes, Geddy Lee, he's the best bass player of all time.
Everybody say Geddy Lee.
Everybody say Geddy Lee. I know. My wife looked at me. She goes, "This is why you like this movie." Well, yeah, duh.
I still need to watch the South Park post-COVID.
I need to watch. I need to watch the Streaming Wars. I already saw the post-COVID ones.
You know, it's amazing. They still write good shows about South Park. They never seem to freaking not shock you, man.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. I like that. They need to get more people like that.
I agree.
Yeah, definitely.
And like they're got to be at least 30 years in, aren't they? Or close to it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Around there. Well,
you can see Orgasmo where he got the Book of Mormon from.
we went to go see that on Broadway.
Yeah, I never seen it. I don't know if I want to go see it or not. I don't know. I love Trey back so much. I probably will someday. But
hey guys, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. So go ahead. I'll be right back.
Al, you go.
I'm going with the Rockin' Ramones, Rockaway Beach.
Oh man.
So yeah, Rockaway Beach, right here in Long Island, New York, where the Ramones are from, Forest Hills, Queens. And love that song, man. I used to do that song in a band that I was in too. We used to have fun doing that one. And I love the Ramones, man. I've always loved the Ramones. One of my favorite bands.
They're a really good band.
They're the Godfathers of punk, in my opinion. You know, and I said it on your show. I got to see them live. I was fortunate enough to see them. So.
Oh, that's awesome, man, to see them. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. And it was funny because, like, I saw them at a legendary punk club here in New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey, called City Gardens. And it's funny. It was, like, middle of February. It was cold as shit out. And we were outside. I went with my friend and his girlfriend used to actually date CJ Ramone at one time. So she was like totally a Ramones head, and she's like, you gotta go see them and stuff. So, and I wanted to see them. I never saw them. So I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going. So we were outside in line, and they just pull up in the fucking van, get out of the van, just walking right through the front.
Just get out of town.
Yeah, dude. It's just like, they were just that kind of band, you know? I mean, they were like, you know, you talk about the Ramones, and I think their stature's grown since they've retired, and well, they're all gone now. But I think their stature's grown more. But they're like one of those bands where you thought like they were big, but they were not as big as you thought they were. You know, it's like they never had the album sales. I don't even think one of their albums ever won gold. You know.
So you think they're bigger now than they were back then?
They're bigger. They're definitely bigger now in stature. I mean, I think the thing about the Ramones was they made money, the most money probably from T-shirts. I mean, you have to. So many people wear Ramones shirts. They probably have no clue.
Yeah, they're still selling at Walmart. They have them there.
Yeah, dude, it's everywhere. Like their shirts are iconic. You know, with the symbol.
Yeah.
You know, with their names on it and everything. You know, I mean, to me, that's like one of the top 3 iconic shirts, right up there with like probably Misfits and Motorhead and, you know, those shirts, you know.
The Led Zeppelin Swan Song.
You know, yeah, iconic symbols, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I got to see them live, which was great, you know. So that's my number 5, Rockaway Beach by the Ramones.
Nice
one. My next one is going to be, like I said, it's so obvious for me now as I get down to these, but that's okay because I truly do love these songs. America by Simon and Garfunkel.
Good one.
It's a really good song. I love it. You know, it name checks different places. You know, the New Jersey Turnpike, Saginaw, Michigan. You know, you can actually see them the way that they sing the song. You can see them traveling from Michigan and going through not northern, but those parts of America. You know, it's great. This is one of my favorite albums by Simon Garfunkel. I'm a big Simon Garfunkel fan. I like that folk rock sound, and yeah, I mean, we all know the song. It was featured in Almost Famous.
Yeah.
As well, again, another greatly placed song on a great scene. So
I like it how soundtracks are coming back too. It's cool.
Yeah.
The what now?
Soundtracks are coming back again.
Yeah, soundtracks, man, they were like the shit back in the day, man.
I was watching The Last Action Hero today, and I looked at the soundtrack for it. And you're right, Mark. That soundtrack
Better than the movie.
Soundtrack kicks ass.
It really does.
I like the movie, like I keep saying.
I did too. I like it too. But that soundtrack.
I think the soundtrack's better than the movie, though.
The Ford Fairlane soundtrack's pretty good too.
That's a great soundtrack.
That's a great movie too. I'm sorry, I like it.
Oh, I love Ford Fairlane.
You think we killed the koala?
Oh God, that great Queensrÿche song was in that.
What was that song you did in the 70s? What was that? He goes, Booty Time. Yeah, that song sucked. Him and Al Bundy, man. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Good one. Well, what's your next one, Jerry?
Well, number 4 is, this is not a surprise at all. It's not exactly the nicest song written about the state of California, but Hotel California by the Eagles. I mean, written by the great Don Felder, man, and Don Henley is one of the best lyricists ever, in the history of music. I mean, every song about the Eagles is just so freaking interesting. You have to listen to it, and get into it. I love the guitar riff to it. And Don Felder, like I said, the most underrated member of the Eagles. Probably my favorite member. I think he's better than Joe Walsh as a guitar player personally, but
James Gang, man. James Gang, come on.
Oh, come on, man. Don Felder did all their great solos.
James Gang, dude.
Yeah.
Like a
Joe Walsh is awesome, dude. Joe Walsh is awesome. Don't get me wrong, but give me Don Felder every day. But anyway, that's my number 4. Great album. I'm talking about that album, dude. There's not a bad song on it.
Yeah, that's true. There's not.
Don Felder was great in the Eagles, but his solo albums were very lacking compared to Joe Walsh.
Oh, I won't doubt that. He can't sing it worth a crap either. I saw him on the REO and Styx show. He's not, but he can play guitar though.
He was okay during that. Yeah.
But anyway, that's my number 4. Hotel California.
Mark, what's your next one?
Well, if you guys know me, I'm gonna pick a fucking Night Ranger song. I picked Somewhere in California for my album. Somewhere in California.
I thought you were gonna think you could still rock in America.
No, because everybody will pick that track. I had to pick something that nobody picked by them.
That's a great album too, man.
I fucking love that. I think you just got that from Eric, right? Somewhere in California.
I did.
Yeah, you did. I was trying for years to get this motherfucker into freaking later.
Dude, I never forgave them for what they did to Jeff Watson, but now I'm hearing their new music and it's pretty freaking good stuff.
Yeah, I think I played the last album from Jeff Watson last night, Hole in the Sun, and Andy's like, what year was that from?
I think that one's a little.
About 2006.
A little weak.
2006,
Hole in the
right?
Sun?
I think Hole in the Sun's a bit weak. I don't know. That's my opinion.
It was good. I liked it. I like a lot. I like most of the songs on there, but the album after that was better. I think 7 was their weakest album with Watson.
Dude, their last album was one of their best, man.
Or Neverland. Neverland was kind of weak, but I
that's when it was a weird time. It was in the 90s, like mid 90s, with the whole grunge, the whole alternative thing. I think they were like kind of chasing that whole. I think they were trying to become a little bit adult, contemporary. I think a little bit with those albums, So, yeah. I mean, those albums it was a bad time for fucking rock bands.
I still like them. I don't like off the Mojo, but that much at all, because Jack isn't there. I'm a Jack Blades nut swinger.
Oh, dude, I think Feeding Off the Mojo is a cool album, man.
It's okay, but it just disappoints me because I don't hear Jack.
Yeah, it was just them as a 3-piece, but
yeah.
I don't know, man. Brad jams on an album, though, man.
He does, but I need my.
You still have Kelly Keagy singing a lot of songs, though. So,
but lately, Kelly Keagy on the newer albums maybe gets 1 or 2 songs, and it's all Jack. And I'm
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new album and the band played on is really good too. You should check that one out.
I was telling Mark probably a couple weeks ago. I really have a lot of Night Ranger to catch up on because I really haven't heard anything past.
They got a pretty big catalog now, man.
Long time.
So.
Yeah.
They're very consistent in putting out albums now, so you need to check them out. They had Joe Hostra in there on Somewhere in California, and he left, and then Kelly went in because he went to Whitesnake. So it's a great guitarist, also.
Yeah.
I need to get this squeak fixed on my chair.
WD-40 or duct tape. All right, well, that was my number 4.
Al, what's your next one?
Well, this guy went to a certain place to raise a crop of dental floss.
Oh man! Yes,
Frank Zappa, Montana, baby.
To Montana.
Off of Overnight Sensation, which was like that one and Apostrophe were the first Zappa albums I ever heard when I was a kid. And Montana, man, that was such a cool song. And I had to include Zappa in there because I love Zappa. I was just listening to Ahmet had a show on Sirius radio called Rock Tales, which is a great show. Unfortunately, it just got canceled. So, but he had, I thought it was a great show. He, much like Mark, they would like drink like during the show, and just like bullshit and talk music, and it was a great show, man. I mean, you could call into it and interact with them and stuff, and I'm hoping he still takes the show maybe to somewhere else. I mean, he should just do a podcast like everybody else does, And but Montana by Frank Zappa, dude. That's my
man. With the Ikettes are singing there.
Yeah, Tina Turner. Yeah.
And with those guitars, that guitar solo on there, it's killer. It just really is. That's one of my favorite songs. I cannot believe I didn't put it on there. I'm writing down y'all's list.
Anybody who's never been, whenever I meet somebody and I tell them about Zappa and stuff like that, they're always like, I just tell them the same thing. Just get Overnight Sensation and Apostrophe. Like the first 2 albums that I got into, to me, they're like the most accessible kind of, to kind of ease your way into Zappa. Because these fucking guys, that guy's done like every style of music, man. And I don't like everything in his catalog. There's certain things I'm not that into, But I mean, the guy's done like doo-wop and metal, punk, progressive, and just everything, man. I mean, obviously like classical. I've kind of been getting into his classical stuff lately, like kind of listening to that. And I mean, the guy's a modern day composer.
Yeah.
One of the best. I mean, years from now, like he was way ahead of his time. One day, I don't think the world's even caught up to him yet. He's put out so much shit,
And I think there's going to be a lot more.
There's so much stuff in the walls
that's going to be coming out.
Oh yeah,
soon, which I'm excited about as well.
That's my 4, Zappa, Montana.
My number 4. Is that where I'm at? My number 4. Jerry already talked about it, but it was higher on my list. Neil Diamond's America.
Nice.
Yeah. This is his greatest hits, volume 2. It's the second half of the 70s going into the 80s. And we've already talked about Neil Diamond, and I think we've talked very nicely about him. So
going back to Fort Fairlane, I'm going to take that food processor that Neil Diamond gave me and make koala chips with koala dip.
I need to find that on Blu-ray, man.
I got it on DVD. I got it
on DVD.
Yeah.
I just like the beginning where he plays Purple Haze and those 2 blonde chicks.
Do my dishes. There's so many great lines in that, man.
Oh my god, it's a great movie.
But that's a good one, Andy.
Yeah, America. I remember it was played on Born in East LA. Remember that song with Cheech Marin?
Yeah.
And it was played at the end when they were coming down.
I have that movie.
Number 3.
Number 3, sticking with Night Ranger. I thought Mark was going to pick this one, but he didn't. I'm picking You Can Still Rock in America, man.
I knew you were going to pick that.
It was my first concert I ever went to, man. Still fucking clear as day. Remembering it was just my middle sister took me to it. Thank you, Amy, very much. Then my next concert, my older sister Mary took me to see Yes, which was awesome too. But just a great, I like how it starts out with the freaking tremolo, then just a kick-ass, jam rocking song, man. I love it. Like I said, one of my favorite guitar duos were Jeff Watson and Brad Gillis, man. I thought together those guys were just amazing together. Jack Blaze, underrated vocalist, man.
My God, yeah. His 2 solo albums are great.
And I love a band that has more than one singer, man. I love that. I think that just adds to a band when you got more.
Of course, damn Yankees too.
Yeah. Right. But just a great rocking song, dude. Makes you proud to be in America.
You should check out the Tak Moshioto group, TMG, where he doesn't really sing. It's Eric Martin, but he plays a lot of background vocals and bass. Really great album. Japan something, but I have it on CD. My friend got it for me in Japan because I illegally downloaded it. Said, I want the CD. Here's $30. Get it for me. He's going to Japan. He got it for me. Oh, Japan, Our Time Is Now. That's a great album.
So, man, that album, Midnight Madness, dude, was just freaking incredible, dude. I mean,
one of my Patrol, too, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those 2 albums were, man, untouchable.
Dude. Great.
They were great. Seven Wishes are kind of one a little south, but they still have some good songs on it. But yeah, those 2 albums were amazing.
Great, good pick, Mark. What do you got coming on?
I almost picked the song 4th of July by the band X, but I wanted to get a little controversial, so I picked Los Angeles by X. If you guys know those lyrics, it's Worse Than 1 in a Million by Guns N' Roses.
X is John Doe, right?
Yeah, John Doe. He says all her toys were wore out black, and her boys had too. She started to hate every nigger, Jew, every Mexican that gave her a lot of shit. Every homosexual and the idle rich, she had to get out.
Too much.
But it's not really a racist song if you read it. It just said change night. What is it? Change at night, change an innocent. She had to leave Los Angeles. She found it hard to say goodbye. Her only best friend. She bought a clock at Hollywood Boulevard the day she left, and it felt like she had to get out. Exene, I think she was a female singer in that. John Doe and Exene. And John Doe, if you ever seen some movies, he's been in a lot of movies. He was in Great Balls of Fire as the drummer for Jerry Lee Lewis. So.
He was also in Pure Country with George Strait. He was the drummer of the band.
Yeah.
He was also in with Patrick Swayze, Roadhouse.
Yeah, you guys should check out X. X is a really good band.
I've heard their debut album and I love it. And they also made a album a couple of years ago.
And they're still playing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really good album.
Exene Chavika, I think that's the female's voice.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Roadhouse. I was trying to figure out that guy's name, the blind guy who played on it. What was his
Jeff
name?
Healy.
Jeff Healy band. Jeff Healy.
The other day I couldn't figure it out, but thank you.
He was great too, man.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get some vinyl on him.
That's my guitar, man. Damn. And what was his big hit? I know that he had a lot, but what was the hit?
Yeah, Angel Eyes.
Yeah, I knew Angel was somewhere in the
Confidence Man is a great
Confidence Man, yeah.
Yeah.
I had that first album on tape. So good.
On Roadhouse, he did a great version of Roadhouse Blues.
Roadhouse Blues, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great soundtrack too.
I gotta look into that. That's a pretty good movie.
I was
old fashioned
thinking about that movie the other day. I'm trying to remember the guy's name, and since you mentioned that, I just wanted to ask real quick.
Just remember, if you ever want to get away with things, you do something. You go Roadhouse. Peter from Family Guy.
Family Guy. Yeah, I love Family Guy. That's one of my favorite cartoons.
Me too.
It really is. Al, what's your next one?
I'm going all the way back to when Def Leppard was a kick-ass
I know what song this is.
hard rock band. Their first album, Hello America.
Yeah,
From On Through the Night.
Fucking great album, dude.
Yeah.
Def Leppard's first 3 albums to me are the best.
Yeah.
I mean, I like sporadic stuff, after that, but to me, I'll always hold the first 3 albums, dear to my heart.
Yeah.
High and Dry is probably my favorite one, but like their first one is when they were pretty much new wave of British heavy metal, man. They're part of that scene, And I know Joe Elliott denounces it now, but
But it's what it is. I mean,
how can you denounce that, man? That's such a great freaking record.
Yeah, look at that.
Def Leppard, their early years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking great.
I love
compilation.
I love Pete Willis, man. I thought, I love his guitar playing, man.
Yeah.
Him and
Steve Clark were a great team, man.
They were a great team, man. I always had this idea, like when Steve Clark died, it would have been cool if they got Pete Willis back, like him and Phil Collin. Would have been cool, but
yeah.
I mean, they kicked him out because of drinking. Like all of them didn't fucking get.
The thing is that the other guy showed up to the studio. He didn't show up for the recording, so that's why they kicked him out, because even the other guys were drunk. They came and played
and worked. Yeah.
But
I'm going with Def Leppard first album, Out Through the Night, Hello America, and I think they
don't do crap off that album anymore, do they, live?
I mean, Flatbird.
Occasionally they might do Wasted, but that's about it.
I've never even heard of them doing anything off that album.
Yeah, was it Dead Flatbird?
Dead Flatbird, where they came out as like they disguised themselves and played the first early Def Leppard.
Oh, right, you told me about that. Yeah, that would have been cool to see.
When they were doing their Vegas residency.
I think you could get that on Viva Vegas or something. They have that on there where they did.
Yeah, but that's my number. What was that 3?
Yeah. Or Mirror Ball. I think it's Mirror Ball. I'm not sure. One of those two.
No, because Mirror Ball has a lot of the.
No, it's the Vegas one, man.
The Vegas one, yeah.
Would they do Hysteria or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got Mirror Ball here, and it's all the usual songs that you would expect. Number 3. It's a great song, Texas Flood.
Nice one.
Yes.
It's a really good song. I love Texas Flood. That was like one of the first songs I heard from him, and I loved it. And that's what led me on to become a Stevie Ray Vaughan fan. I think I talk about Stevie Ray Vaughan quite a bit, so I'll just say, Texas, we all know it. It's a badass jam.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Well, number 2, right?
Yeah, 2.
All right, we'll be hearing about this one tomorrow, I'm sure, too. You mentioned it earlier, Tom Petty's American Girl. I mean, just a great tune. His debut album is going to show up a lot tomorrow. But, it's a great guitar. I love the opening guitar sound to it. What else you said earlier, everything good about it. So, great tune. Won't spend too much time talking about it.
I want to go see Mike Campbell's new band, the Dirty Knobs.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I like them.
I want to check them out.
Yeah, stay out of Fleetwood Mac and let Lindsay go back. Come on.
No shit. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I think that'll happen. I mean, if they're not, they're getting up there at age.
The other guy is still doing Crowded House, man. They don't need to do freaking.
Yeah.
He can go too.
I love Crowded House.
I like him. Don't get me wrong, but
Lindsay will come back, man.
Yeah, Lindsay will come back.
And Mick are already talking in the background. Is what I heard.
They're just gonna get Stevie to get her head out of her ass. That's about it. She's the only one being a bitch about it.
Yeah,
wait, I said bitch. I'm not on Facebook, am I? Okay.
She's about the only one to complain.
Your tickets go on sale tomorrow. I'm thinking about going to that show. I don't know.
Somebody's opening for her. I don't care.
I've never seen her solo before. So I think Vanessa Carlton's opening for her.
Yeah, that's what I don't care about.
Who?
Vanessa Carlton.
Who's opening?
Vanessa
Carlton.
Oh, Vanessa Carlton. Okay.
Yeah.
I only know that one song, 100,000 Miles.
Yeah, that's the only song I know.
I just know her name. I don't even know any.
Yeah,
I'm sure I know that song if I heard it. But
yeah, it was
piano,
90s and 2000s.
And then she sang back up for the Counting Crows when Counting Crows did Big
Yellow.
Right.
Big Taxi, Big Yellow Taxi. She sang that song, yeah.
Which is a cover of
Joni Mitchell.
Not my favorite band.
Joni Mitchell.
You like the Counting Crows?
Nope.
Oh, dude, man.
I like Gin Blossoms, but I don't like the Counting Crows.
Oh, I love Counting Crows.
Yeah.
Almost everything that they've released, I love it. Who's next?
So you guys all went for Tom Petty, American Girl, and
Yeah.
I knew you guys would do that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I did a 360, and I went from She's the One soundtrack with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, California.
California, man.
I got a song or two on the list tomorrow.
I love California. California is the place for me. I hope it doesn't fall into the sea. It's like sometimes you gotta ain't like anywhere else.
Terrible movie, but the soundtrack was.
I like the movie. Jennifer Aniston's
I like the movie.
The first
I like
one
movie.
was better. The Brothers McMullen, that one was better.
I like She's the One.
Yeah, me too. But when Edward Burns approached Tom Petty to do the soundtrack, Tom Petty said, "Yeah, I got some songs I don't like. Tossaways." And I love that album.
Walls Circus.
Yeah, you'll hear a couple songs tomorrow.
Yeah, Walls is fantastic.
Great album.
Yeah, I love that album. And
Speaking of Lindsey Buckingham, Lindsey did background on that one, right?
Yeah, on Walls. Yeah.
Yeah, that's with Lindsey on backing vocals on that. Yeah, man, that's a good album. Al, what's your next one?
Well, before I do my next one,
yeah,
the Mets take the Yankees again, baby.
I saw that. I kind of wanted the Yankees to win because we're going for the best record in the NL against them, so we're still ahead of them, so that's cool. But
hey, that was an accomplishment for my Reds this year. They took 2 out of 3 at Yankee Stadium, so I'm kind of proud of
I'm
it.
a long-suffering Mets fan, so whenever they beat the Yankees, I love it.
and also, your stupid team stole Piazza, so I'm like, and he got in the Hall of Fame as a fucking Met. That was
he went in as a Met, really?
He went in as a Met.
Really?
I'm glad that the Yankees won because the Astros are only 2 games behind the Yankees for the best record in the American League. Just 2 games. That's
but
nothing.
to let you know, Piazza wasn't my favorite player. It was Eric Karros anyway. So
great first baseman. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, he's way better than Piazza. Piazza was a liability defensively. My God, I think Sosha was our bench coach, and he said, "You need to block the plate. I'm here for one thing: to hit the home runs, buddy. I'm not going to get hurt."
Yeah, but Sosha, man, he blocked that play like a motherfucker.
Oh, he told Piazza to block the plate, and Piazza blew him off. So, and dude,
that's another proud Reds moment in my life. Watching Norm Charlton, one of the Nasty Boys, just ran over Mike Sosha. There's a video out on YouTube. You guys should watch it. It's awesome.
No, fuck that.
Remember how they used to wear? Remember how they used to wear the pitchers? Used to wear the jackets.
Yeah, 91. Mike Sosha played with the broken leg.
He just went boom right into Sosha. Sosha just fucking knocked him down.
Mike Sosha played with a broken leg in 81, dude.
That's what I mean, dude. Players aren't like that nowadays, man.
No.
Players, back then played with, there wasn't no such thing as turf toe or fucking jammed pinky finger.
What's also cool about Mike Sosha, that he got fired by the Angels. He's helping our catchers in spring training. Thank you, Angels.
He's always gonna be a Dodger.
He's always a Dodger. Fuck the Angels.
But they've gone downhill ever since he left.
Because you know why? I'll tell you why. Because Mike Sosha's thing was, you get on first, somebody gets a single, you go to third, first to third, first to third, first.
Yeah.
He was all speed with Eckstein and Trout and Salmon, all those speedy players he used to have on that team. And slowly but surely, they built the team slow. They got fucking Hamilton, Pujols, people who can't run. It killed his offense.
Yeah, the way that he liked to play. Yeah.
He liked speed, and they didn't give him speed. The general manager, Artie Moreno, is a horrible owner. He needs to get rid of that team.
What did Disney get rid of them?
They sold it to Artie Moreno.
Like, how long ago was that?
After the World Series.
Oh, really?
And the same thing with the Ducks. The Ducks won the Stanley Cup. They sold them.
Like, fuck it, they won. Get rid of them. That's fucked up.
All right, Al, what's your next one?
All right, my number 2 is going to be Jesus Just Left Chicago by ZZ Top.
ZZ Top, yeah.
I almost picked that one.
Love that one, man. Always have. It's got just a nice groove, like nice slow groove to it. I mean, fucking come on, Billy Gibbons' guitar tone to die for. As a guitar player myself, man, I always love that, man. So ZZ Top rocks.
That's ZZ Top twice. That's with 2 different songs.
Yeah, Lagrange was mine.
Yeah, Lagrange and Jesus Just Left
Chicago, man.
Down to New Orleans.
That's right. That's my numero 2. Dose.
My number 2 is I don't have it. It's somewhere, but it reminds me of the movie shit. I forgot the name of the movie. But anyway, it's Ray Charles, America the Beautiful.
Nice.
It's a really good track. You know, he sings it so well. I'm not the biggest Ray Charles fan, but when I hear this track by him, it's great. You know. So
his performance with the Blues Brothers in the first Blues
I was just gonna say that.
Oh, yeah,
awesome, dude.
Shake it.
Yeah.
Pulls out the gun. He's blind.
Yeah.
Put that down. Great movie.
Yeah. It really is a good movie.
That's another thing about the Blues Brothers. I know we're going off topic here, but man, what a backing band they had, dude.
Oh yeah.
I mean, those guys, Steve Cropper, frickin' McIntyre, Murphy, all those guys, dude.
I mean, wasn't that Booker T and the MGs? Like a few of them?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing musicians.
Yeah. From Stax Records.
Yeah. Huey Lewis and the News did something from Stax Records a few years ago.
I get that.
Yeah, they did a compilation from Stax.
Oh wow! My wife and I toured Stax.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool because you were able to put on like costumes and go inside the studios and sit at the piano and drums and just take pictures. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
And my wife and I, speaking of, we've toured Stax, Sun, and Motown, which is pretty cool.
Cool, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. To be in those rooms where some of the greatest American music has ever been made.
Yeah, when I go to Rockin' Pod next year, my wife's friends is coming down from Virginia to hang out with her, so I could go be a degenerate with you guys, whoever's there.
I'm hoping to make that, man.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I'm definitely going.
Oh, you better go.
I mean, I don't have an excuse. I'm right
I'll
next
drive
door.
to your damn house and pull you out.
The last 2 times I was on vacation with the family, but this time I made sure,
When is it supposed to be?
April,
March.
I think.
April is what Chris got this past week.
We're waiting for him to release the date so we could get our shit. Yeah.
Now, I was talking to my wife about it this week because I've got a lot of time, but she doesn't, so I'll probably go alone. But, man, I really want to go to Rocklahoma, and I can't do both.
Yeah.
And I really want to go to Rocklahoma next year. And I wanted to make it a Black Spinner thing where we all meet out there for a weekend of rock, you know?
Yeah, I got to go see Dr. fucking Ian Wally. I got a bone to pick with those fuckers. And I got to show Bushy how to drink some whiskey.
That's funny, man.
Yeah, but it'd be cool if we can all meet somewhere, if it's that or Rocklahoma or wherever we can. It'd be nice. All right, guys, we're at number 1. What is y'all's top song about America or y'all's last one to talk about?
Well, my song is actually not by an American band, but it mentions America, it mentions California in it, and it's my favorite band in the whole wide world, so I don't care. Going to California by Led Zeppelin.
Of course you picked that one. Why I didn't pick it.
Not only is it one of the best songs about it as an American, it's one of the best songs ever written, in my opinion.
Knock that off the list.
I agree with you.
It's just a killer tune. Beautiful song. Robert Plant's voice rules in it. I know Eric doesn't like his voice very much, but Robert rules.
Even that lady from Fairport Convention sounds like
John Paul Jones. Like I said, every time, most underrated musician ever in a band, dude.
Lee ain't watching it, so I can't get that joking.
Just a beautiful tune, great record. It's an amazing song. What can I say?
And again, with Jimmy Pager's production on that. It just seems that he does the right touches.
For people say that, people
song.
say, "Oh, they rip off other people," blah blah blah. Maybe some songs they do, but look at songs like "Going to California," 10 Years Gone, dude. That's 100% them, and they rock and they rule, dude. You know what I mean? Communication breakdown. I mean, amazing. That song is just so beautiful. I never get tired of that song, man. I can hear that song 20 times a day and not get tired of it.
But it's not like their whole career consisted of those early albums where they used inspiration. They moved way past it.
Yeah.
I mean, way past it.
Achilles' Last Stand, T for One,
Zeppelin 3 is completely different than anything. Even 2. So, this
Gallows Pole.
Yeah.
Oh man, Led Zeppelin 3, underrated freaking album, dude.
Oh, Lee hates that. I'm gonna make him review that one day. But I already got him doing Def Leppard this week, so it's okay.
But anyway, that's like the no-brainer of mine for number one. Sorry, there's just nothing compared to it. It's one of my favorite. Like I said, one of my favorite songs. Period. So there's no way that's not gonna make my list.
Yeah, looking at my number one, whatever, it could go anyway, but this is a band I always play it. I haven't played in the last 3 weeks, and I need to rectify that on Saturday doing Bushy Show. My Private Idaho by the V-52s, man. Wow. I would like to see they're going on a final tour, man. So if you guys get out and see them, Fred is amazing. The 2 girls are amazing. I think they still have it. They're a fun party band to see them just fucking sitting there shimmying and shaking on stage.
And their music.
They're just happy. It's just happy. Yeah. They could talk about serious shit and then just fucking like Mesopotamia, and make it fun. Or looking for his dog, Quiche Lorraine.
Yeah, they were an unusual band, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm living in my own private Idaho. Get out of the state. Get out of the state you're in. It's a fun song, but it's a serious song if you read the lyrics, Yeah. I love the B-52s.
Rock and Lobster. Yeah. Everybody associates them with Love Shack, though,
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there's so more. Mesopotamia has to be my favorite song by them.
But there's so much more than Love Shack. Even though Love Shack's a really good song, but there's a lot more to them than
Summer of Love's a great song by them too.
Yeah, I wish they would have recorded more because they didn't record as much as
Did you listen to the last album, Funplex? That was a great album, man.
No, I didn't.
They have a song called Deviant Ingredient on there. It's fucking sick.
I didn't know they did anything since I Love Shack.
Oh, Funplex, dude. You got to listen to Funplex. Fucking great fucking album.
I'll look into that. All right, Al. What's your top one or your next one?
I'm really fucking surprised Mark didn't have this on his list. But I'd be remiss not to include Rush's Manhattan Project. A great Power Windows album. One of my favorite 80s albums by them. I know a lot of people are like, Power Windows, too synthy. I don't care, man. The playing on there is as complex as anything they ever did in the 70s.
God, yeah.
Some of Getty's best bass lines in that, man. Neil's drumming, everything, man. Alex isn't as crunchy as guitar, but I think the whole synth years, man, made Alex just a better all-around rounded player because he just knew how to weave in and out of the keyboards.
But if you take the synths out of Power Windows, that album is hard as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, I keep trying to tell people, imagine the time when there's no synths in that album.
Well, the whole thing is like, when they did the Clockwork Angels tour, and the first set was like a lot of Power One, or the second set, right? Yeah. Second set was pretty much, they did like half of the Power Windows album, even more than half. And, Alex was adding that crunch on the guitar. And it just sounded great live, real beefy.
Yeah.
The way a friend of mine had interviewed Alex, and he had asked him about that. Why? He asked him, like, with Alex playing like Les Pauls and stuff like that, they wanted to bring back and play a lot of the 80s era stuff with a more beefier sound, with a more sonic makeover, as Alex said. And I think it worked, man. I think a lot of those songs, like benefited. Hey, listen, man. I mean, it's a product of the times or whatever, but I still think those albums hold up. Like when you listen to a lot of synth sounds from the '80s, I mean, you tend to think of cheesy sounds, but I think Rush did them right. I don't think they sound that dated. So I don't know, man. I love Power Windows, dude. I mean, it's one of my favorites by them. So Manhattan Project.
Number one.
I mean, great lyrics by Neil and that one, about the, Enola Gay and the whole, dropping the bomb and all that stuff. And I mean, just makes you think. It's like a history lesson, So that's my number one, man.
Wow.
I mean, it's number one. I didn't really number these.
Right.
As you guys are picking I had a bunch of songs. See, my list is like this. Just got a bunch of songs on it. As you guys picked songs that were on here, I just walked it out and just went with a different one, just to be different.
Yeah. Just to talk about a different.
I tried to pick song. I knew you would pick Manhattan Project, so you got Be Cool or Be Cast Out. Come on.
You see,
I tried to go.
You're a man of honor, Mark.
Yeah. I had to give you the Rush song, man.
Someone else get the spotlight.
Yeah.
My top one.
Wait, hold on, Andy.
All right. My top one, my number one song with the word America in it is actually the first vinyl I bought with my own money. There was a place called Half Price Books that I still go to. That's where I buy a lot of my used records. But my mom would go grocery shopping next door. I'd go next door because I used to love to look at albums because of their covers and pictures. But I went ahead and bought this one at the time. American Pie by Don McLean.
Oh, there you go.
Nice.
Love this song, man. It is such an emotional song.
One of the first songs my daughter gravitated to when she was about 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, really?
She saw it on YouTube and she learned all the lyrics. When she was singing it, when she was 6 or 7 years old, she knew all the lyrics and shit. I'm like, damn,
Yeah, there's a lot of lyrics in that song.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. But there was the lyric video on YouTube, so she would constantly watch it. And when it would come on the radio, man, she just sing along with it, So
it's like my this here Anakin guy, maybe later someday.
Weird Al.
Now it's small.
The song continues or something like that. Yeah.
I want to. She loves Weird Al. I want to go take her to see him. But anyway,
he's playing again.
Go ahead, Andy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah, Weird Al is coming here in October, and he's going to be at the same venue that we just saw Tracy Morgan at.
Nice.
So my wife and I were talking about it because they had the Weird Al Emo Phillips poster out there. But American Pie, it tells a great story of rock and roll. With
I wasn't around when to feel the impact of that, but that had been a pretty big loss in music for people back then, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Imagine. Yeah. Those three, but
Who was the guy that changed seats or got out of the plane and chimed? Who was it?
Hank
Williams? Was it Hank Williams?
Nah,
Waylon
Jennings.
Waylon Jennings, that's it. Yeah, right. Man, telling you.
Yeah, because I think he was playing in Buddy Holly's band, Waylon Jennings.
But man, just I don't know how I'd feel about that, man, if that happened, man. I don't know. That's wow.
Yeah.
Intense.
Yeah.
But I wanted to go down just to recap. Man, I was very surprised of so many different songs that Us For went with, Rush, Manhattan Project, New York City by The Cult, Star Spangled Banner by Jimmy. A lot of us thought outside the box. Journey with Lights. We had 2 songs by Glenn Campbell, The Wichita Lineman, and by the time I get to Phoenix, Doors, Alabama Song, and no one did pick Leonard Skinner's Sweet Home Alabama.
I knew because that's so obvious.
Yeah.
But I thought
that's the most.
It was on my list here, but
I thought one of you guys would have picked New York Minute by Don Henley.
I thought about it, but I had the Eagles on. I had the Eagles on there.
Yeah.
So I decided not to.
Yeah.
I know we're not doing honorable mentions, but I'm just going to run down the songs that.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Beastie Boys, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Led Zeppelin, Royal Orleans.
Oh, great.
Kansas Song for America. Skinner's Sweet Home Alabama had on there. Ace Frehley, New York Groove, which is a cover. I know that. Kiss, Detroit Rock City. Frank Sinatra, New York, New York. Genesis back in New York City. Billy Joel, Miami, 2017.
I almost picked that one.
LL
New
Cool
York
J.
State of Mind, I could have picked too.
LL
I had
Cool,
Allentown. It's one of my honorable mentions.
LL Cool J going back to Cali.
Yeah.
John Lennon, New York City. And then REM, Don't Go Back to Rockville.
Oh, Phil.
Hey, Eric Gardens to be Jordan, if you're watching it, look at all those New York songs that you hate.
But
Nothing wrong with Sweet Home Chicago either. That's a great.
I just wrote a whole bunch of shitload of songs on my list and then just kind of chose them,
So we had a large list of different songs, and I loved it. It was great. Thanks a lot, guys, because this was a great episode. Tomorrow, catch us three, me, Jerry, and Mark on the BS sessions with Mark and Jerry. We're going to be doing our own Tom Petty album with our favorite songs being put on one album.
Cool.
Each was
You should have tuned into that.
You want to come in? You can come in tomorrow.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah.
Come in.
If I don't go see King's X, maybe I will.
Okay.
I'll let
It'll
you
be
know.
like a 9-year time.
Okay.
Same time.
Same
Okay.
time.
No
I'll
problem.
let you guys know.
Time.
All right.
It'll be 10 o'clock his time.
Just make your own 11-song Tom Petty album for Mud Crunch, Wilburys, whatever Tom Petty was in.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Okay.
And next week we are going to be doing here on Black Spinner Circle. We're going to be ranking all of our Pink Floyd albums.
Yeah, that's going to be.
So
long one.
yeah,
I'm going to have to bring a bottle in here for that one.
And I hope I'm not stealing an idea from Mark, but the week after that, I'm going to stick with Pink Floyd, picking our favorite tracks, one favorite song from each album.
Nice.
No problem there.
As well.
Yeah.
So I know that we haven't touched a Pink Floyd at all, and I don't know why. But
My second favorite band.
But the next 2 weeks will be Pink Floyd here on the Black Spinner Circle. Thanks
Yeah.
a lot, everybody, for watching. Watch us tomorrow on the BS sessions. We'll be doing Tom Petty. You got any concerts coming up, Al, besides King's X this weekend?
Well, there's every year in New Jersey they do this balloon festival, and balloon festival's this weekend. So Friday, I don't know what night I'm going yet, but Friday it's Collective Soul. Saturday is Todd Rundgren, and Sunday is Kansas. So I'm toying.
I would skip the Todd and go to Collective Soul in Kansas.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I'll probably go maybe Sunday to go see Kansas. So
yeah,
I love Kansas. Like
their last two albums are really good.
Yeah. So I mean, that might be what's on store this weekend. It's gonna be a family thing, I'll take my daughter and some of her friends and all that shit. So, and then maybe my wife will do my daughter do whatever, and I'll go check out Kansas. So. Yeah. But that'll be the weekend thing. That's about it.
Oh, that sounds cool. All right, guys. Does anyone want to add anything? You're going to be sitting in for Bushy again on Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Okay, that's going to be on the Metal Station?
Thatmetalstation.com.
All right, thatmetalstation.com, guys. That's a free app. Check it out. Saturday morning, so that Mark can melt your faces off first thing in the morning before you get started on your weekend. And Jerry, you got anything going on?
Nah, man, just trying to get myself healthy, get rid of this damn cold I've had for a week.
Yeah, feel better, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and happy belated birthday, Jerry.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
And vitamin
It was
C.
a great weekend. It was a great weekend, man. Family and friends I have are just freaking amazing, dude.
Get yourself a C-pack.
What's that?
A C-pack, vitamin C and zinc.
Oh yeah, I take zinc.
Yeah.
I drink orange juice.
Z-Pack always does me well, man.
Z-Pack, man. Z-Pack.
All right, hey guys. Well, thanks a lot again. I had a lot of fun. I'm gonna be working on a new playlist with these songs. So thanks a lot again, and thanks a lot everybody for watching.
Yeah, Andy, thanks again, man. I really appreciate this.
Jerry, Mark, always a pleasure to see you guys.
Nice to see you.
They hopefully see you tomorrow if you're available. So
yeah, dude. If I am, man, I'll definitely come on, dude.
Cool.
All right, cool, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, gentlemen, take care.
Take it easy.
Take care. Have a great night.
Bye.
Hey, guys, good night.
Cheers.
Cheers.